The 100th day of school is fast approaching, and if you teach the little ones, then you know the 100th day of school is a big deal. So today I'm going to share with you some of my favorite 100th day of school activities. The first one is something we build up to all year. So, we count down the days to 100, or we count up the days to 100. Every decade, we add a new movement to our repertoire. So 1 to 10, we're clapping. And then from 11 to 20, we might be jumping. And then from 20 to 30, we might be twisting or giving a high five to our friends or air guitaring, something like that. So for the 100th day of school, it's the big culmination, and we have all of our movements. So that's the first thing I like to do to get our excitement out, to get our wiggles out, and to practice counting to 100. Something else I like to do is my 100th day necklace. So I've tweaked the way that we do this over the years, but the easiest I have found is to give each student a paper with 10 frames on it and have them just fill out the 10 frames with whatever you're going to use to make the necklace. So I've used beads, I've used Fruit Loops, things like that. It's easier for them to make a necklace with 100 things on it. Otherwise, it's hard for them to keep track, especially if you're counting 100 things, because at least in kindergarten, not all of the kids are able to manage 100 things yet. So that's just an easy way to keep it organized, and it does take them a long time, which can be a positive or a negative. But while they're doing that, I have them do other things in small groups. Another thing I like to do is while everybody's working on their necklace, I'll call group by group to do other things. So one of the other things I like to have my groups do is with their table group, build a structure of 100 cups. So I give them 100 cups and I say, build whatever you want, but you have to build it together and you have to use all 100 cups. So sometimes they build moats, sometimes they build castles, sometimes they build towers, and depending on how good of builders your kids are, you might need 2 of those going on at one time to get through everybody, depending on how much time you have. But it's always a favorite. Something else I like to have them do is do some kind of 100th day craft. I've done gumball machines in the past. We've done like lights on a tree or coloring in the hearts, because usually, at least for us, the 100th day usually comes somewhere around Valentine's Day. So 2 themes, same time, can be a little tricky, but I like to merge them if I can. Now with the necklace, some kids finish it faster, some kids finish it slower. So once they finish their necklace, they're wearing their 100th day necklace, I put 100 Post-its up all over my classroom, usually in groups of 10, and then the kids use a clipboard and a paper and a hundreds chart, like a tracer hundreds chart sheet, to find all of the numbers. So I keep them in decades so they're not aimlessly wandering around the classroom for too long, but they always seem to enjoy it. And even after the 100th day of school, they ask if we can keep that as a station. It's usually, or a math center, it's usually a favorite. This game is called Roll to 100. So to play, you have one player roll their die and then color in however many spots they got, and then after that the second player goes and colors theirs in a different color. So by the end you can see how many each player got if you want to make it a competition, or they could just see how quickly they can get to 100 together. And finally, I usually didn't have too much time at this point, but there are always some students who finish early. So what I would give to them is some kind of hundreds chart, I guess color by code. So I give them, sometimes it was really simple, sometimes it was a little more complicated, but if they finished everything else, then I would give them that hundreds chart color by code. And that usually took us to around the end of our time to celebrate the 100th day. I will have pictures and all of these resources together linked down below and also in a post. I hope this gave you some ideas, and I hope you enjoy your 100th day of school.